Hello everyone, I'm Casey Coffee Hobby, and today we are talking primer. Now, we've talked about paints, brushes, nippers, and all that. We've talked about a lot of the basics of getting your mini assembled and the tools you'll be using for painting. But we have yet to touch upon the first coat of paint you'll be putting on, and that is the primer. There are three main types. For me, I prefer to use a brush on, which is what I've been showing you. This is an Army Painter War Paint Fanatic brush on primer. Good quality, lasts me every year. I like to extend it a bit by mixing it with some Apple Barrel black paint. That stuff is like really cheap. The 8-ounce ball that I have is 50 cents. It's 58 cents on Amazon. Forgive my grammar mistake there, or speech mistake. Anyways, it gives you the most control, and you don't have to worry about any sort of environmental things. You use it like a regular paint. Next, we need to talk about rattle can. Another popular option, but it requires a lot more things to fall into place, right? You have a lot less control not only over the spray itself, but over when you will be priming, because it's a spray paint. Acrylic spray paint for miniatures has all the precautions that you have to take with regular spray paint. And you don't really have a whole lot of control. Yeah, it'll go unevenly, but one, you need to be a bit more practiced with using spray paints, and two, it might get places if you're trying to do like specific colored thing, which I'll get into a bit later. May get places where you don't want it to get. And the third, and one that's often used by more professionals and those who are a bit more further along their hobby journey, because the tool that you need is a bit more expensive, and it should be by no means a first beginner's buy, and that's an airbrush primer. It gives you that control. It gives you a more even finish than what brush primer can offer, but it requires a lot of ventilation, and it has all the drawbacks of airbrush paints. And lastly, I do want to touch on what I mentioned before about specific color primers. Those who are further along, or if you want that primer base to also be a base color, they'll use specific color primers to get a specific look. You can do that via mixing it or just being a specific color. But that's about it. This is Gazer Hobby signing out. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.